That's cool. So, my name is J.D. Sunsbach. I'm the community manager of Collider Co-working. I'm also one of the lead organizers for 1 Million Cups Rochester. So, welcome. It's going to be a great hour here as we welcome two great entrepreneurs to our spot. I shouldn't even say stage. It's kind of a spot. So, what is 1 Million Cups? 1 Million Cups is a free program really designed to educate and inspire entrepreneurs in our community. We thank the Kauffman Foundation, which is based out of Kansas City, so much for their support. 1 Million Cups is now we're at about 200 1 Million Cups strong across the entire United States.
Wow.
So it's a really fantastic way to really highlight entrepreneurial activity in our community. As always, we want to thank our awesome sponsors. So first and foremost, the SBDC, Trail Creek Coffee Roasters for providing the awesome food. Well, coffee can be food, drink. Great Harvest Bread for the food. Steel Wasika Cooperative Electric, IB, Collider Foundation, Blue Dot Kitchen for the space, CETA, Ready, and Destination Medical Center. So we'll give our sponsors a round of applause. All right, who has never been to 1 Million Cups? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Well, you don't count. My daughter is watching me embarrass people today, so embarrass me in front of her. So this is my daughter. So we're gonna give out some cups. So who said they weren't first time, or was it first timer? You get the presenter award. So you ask yourself, why am I giving out cups? Well, I cleaned out my back room yesterday. So we're trying to give them away. There you go. All right, who else? Who's one of the first time? Did you get it? If anybody else wants a cup, let me know afterwards. I have like 5 more upstairs, or a whole case of them actually. Well, welcome to your first 1 Million Cups. This is a great opportunity to really learn about 2 great businesses in our community. Let's see. Do we have any announcements? Anything going on in the next couple of weeks that people should know about? Nothing? Really? Everybody's thinking about like back to school time?
Steele County Fair, Owatonna, is part of our between Rochester and Owatonna, itinerary for going southeast Minnesota. Their Steele County Fair is going on this weekend.
Sweet.
We got our NerdinOut con at the Graham Arena this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll learn more about that when you guys talk. That's awesome. Hey, ready people who just walked in. Any announcements? Anything you want to say? Karaoke? Okay. Welcome. All right. Well, I've done enough of my song and dance. So, as is tradition, everybody put down your coffee and give a standing ovation to Brooke.
Thank you. So everybody get up and do jumping jacks. Yeah. No, it's okay. He looks scared. Very, very scared. You're no guy back there. So I don't know. I'm brand new to the Rochester community. So my business is for Body Shop Fittness. I'm a virtual trainer and nutritionist. So that is a little bit about my business title. I'm going to give you a little bit of a background about me though before I dive into that. Cool. Alright. Hey, tough guy. Perfect. So, I just got my undergrad as an exercise physiologist. I've been at personal training since I was 13 years old, actually. And I've also been working with football teams and softball teams growing up in high school. So I created their programs in high school. I had a little niche that bodybuilding shows. So that's a little bit goes hand in hand with the nutrition aspect. And also I'm a dog mom now. So I have a little baby corgi, it's about this big. So that's a little bit about my background. Let's dive into the business end. So what is virtual training? So in this photo you can see that there is a TV and I'm actually training somebody that person's from India, actually, across the world. So it's live and it's customized and convenient and you can train anywhere. So the session is customized to the individual. So say somebody has a hip flexor problem, I can fix that and then they can do a proper launch. So if you don't have a personal trainer doing that, you don't know. You're just doing an at-home workout. So that's why it's so unique. And then train anywhere in the world. I've been to the Bahamas, I've been to Cancun, all these different places. I utilize what the person has and then we go from there. Because just learning to be scrappy and working on the fly, getting your workout in, that actually is a fun aspect and you learn more, you don't get bored with training. So that's the virtual side of my business. There's a flexible dieting side. And what I've learned over the years, people don't like to diet at all. And if they do, it's for a month or 3. You want this to be a maintainable lifestyle that you can live for years on end, right? So I came up with menu plans and portion plans and also macro plans. Macro plans are calorie counting. That is the extreme learning. So you go from portion plans to menu plans to then learning the calorie counting. There's all these different levels to level the person up. Because everybody is at different points of their journey. So that's what I've learned over the years. And what menu plans are, think of like, you want Chipotle, right? So what I do is I calculate all the calories and the protein, carbs, and fats. And then you just scale the food, cook the food, and eat the food. And that's all you have to worry about. I do everything else. And then you reach your goal of fat loss or muscle gain. So, and the portion plans would be very simplified to, you have broccoli, chicken, and sweet potatoes. Or if you like cereal, you can do that too. What I found is adding in things that people love, like donuts, for example, they stick to the plan very, very well. It's that one thing that you're like, oh, I can't live without Reese's Puff cereal. Into the plan. I really like to talk about this because a lot of people bring up Peloton. Peloton's like the bike that you purchase and it's a trainer on the other end. Well, the trainer isn't live. They can't really say, hey, you're doing this incorrectly, let's fix it. So that's the big thing about it, and I love the company, but everybody is different. So that's what makes my company a little bit more unique in that sense. Recorded videos. So YouTube videos are great, but it's the same thing. And also, who's to tell you're actually doing the video? You might be watching it, but you might be sitting on the couch eating potato chips instead of doing your at-home workout, right? So it's a huge accountability factor as well, because you do have an appointment, and you have to get it done with a trainer, or you have to reschedule it. So, and also cookie cutter. None of these plans are ever cookie cutter. Everybody is different, and the trainer has to realize that and work with specific disabilities or allergies, things like that. So then the plan is unique to the person, and then they can reach their goal with all these little restrictions that they have. Also, all those dollar signs. So personal training is not really unneeded in a sense. It is to a lot of people, but it should be a little bit more spendy if you're buying a person to help you maintain a lifestyle for years on end. That's why buying somebody for a month isn't going to be very helpful, because we haven't maintained or made new habits to even pass on throughout our lifestyle. Since when we're super stressed out, we always rely on the habits that we've built. We have to break those habits down and have new habits to even carry on through our life. So break the old traditions, set in new ones, and then we can carry on our new lifestyle. And my last slide, what can this community do for me? Get the word out. So virtual training it's there, but it's not working out in a sense. So people will talk to you on a screen, like, hey, how are you doing? But I believe in, if you need to talk to me, that's great, but let's get a workout in too, so you're progressing towards your goal. Just talking about, yeah, I screwed up my binge date, that's perfect, but let's get your mind right and keep going. So, and over here, this is a 2-month period between that. That's 20 pounds. And what I truly believe in is not losing fat and muscle, which all these cookie cutter diets that you see, they want you, yeah, let's drop weight, because that's what everybody wants, right? So I'm going to give you, sell you what you want, but give you what you need. So we want to keep the muscle, so we get that nice, sexy tone look, so we look good naked, right? And then not have like chicken wings or look like a potato, okay? All right, thank you guys so much. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Say, when you have these videos, can you see them and can you tell, do you monitor pulse and respiration, say, and you tell them you're not working hard enough or you're working too hard?
So over the years, I've seen a lot of that. I worked at Anytime Fittnesses, and they use like the heart rate monitors, things like that. And you can pretty much tell by the emotional reactions to what people are doing, how hard they're working, or if they can't do anymore. And constantly I'm asking, hey, how do you feel? Are you okay? And if you wanted to monitor yourself and have it on hand like a Fitbit, perfect. I have some clients that do that.
I would imagine that you have for people introduced to your program, that you have a whole health and wellness or a health survey or something done, so that you know exactly what the health problems are that you're dealing with while doing this plan, so it helps with the health problem. Let's say overweightness, but they have diabetes, and the overweightness might be the cause for the diabetes. But you need to know all that information to heal that person so that they're effective to heal the disease, plus get into a healthy lifestyle.
Absolutely. So there's a thing in the personal training world called the PAR-Q and U. So it's a list of questions before they even step into training with somebody, for example. I use that, and I also have my own questions that I found over the years what I need to ask somebody in order to find triggers of what might be happening if they have high blood pressure. Things like that, in case, do they get chest pains while they're working out? Because if they do, man, they gotta get cleared, because I'm not doing that.
And so I'm thinking about the liability a little bit with their health records. Do you have access to that at all? Their health records at all at this point or not?
I have to get permission from them before anything, and then also once that's passed, it depends on the situation. So if it's like that, I do work with the doctors a little bit.
That's what I was
like, hey, Susie has this goal, and I really want to help her. I need to help her. What restrictions does she have?
Right.
What do I have to work on for her?
And how you start slow and maybe work it up if they've had heart condition or something like that, so you don't, it's not a liability back to you.
Yep, absolutely.
For first, how many customers do you have that you work with, and then for the technology side of things, do you have any standard things that you use to be able to keep communicating with them, or do just people show up with whatever they have to be able to connect to you and do the live sessions?
Okay, so my undergrad, I hit max capacity at 20. I was also prepping for 2 bodybuilding shows, so you can imagine that my plate was pretty much full with just 20 clients, and I really wanted to expand, but bodybuilding takes a huge toll on your body. And after that show, I got my undergrad, all those shows done. I literally came down here, I was like, I am so bored right now. Like, are you kidding me? I can go to like 100 clients and be fine. So I'm looking to just expand. And with this community versus, I was living in River Falls, Wisconsin. That is, think of like 10,000 people. So we're not very big at all. So definitely, and technology, I use Zoom calls. So, and I find that to be the most effective. I tried Skype and laughed because it was just ridiculous. Apologized to the client, rescheduled, like, all right, let's do Zoom. And it's been pretty much flawless besides teaching I'm learning to write out what the client needs to do for steps for Zoom, like download it and okay, make sure the screen's on, the voice is on, things like that. And after I did that, it's pretty much flawless right now.
What's the pricing model if you want to be a client of yours?
So right now, I'm actually pivoting a little bit just because getting out in the community. And also, I think you all can agree, know your worth. So I have an introductory package of $50, which is 2 15-minute sessions and also a macro-based plan. And what I do is look at scheduling is a huge part of anything in the fitness and nutrition industry. If you're gonna succeed, you gotta have a plan. So that's what I work on right now with these clients for a month. And again, it's just 2 15-minute sessions with the Zoom calls so they get a little bit used to it and understand the process a little bit better and see what I can do for a month. But the pricing breakdown is, so nutrition is really important, right? And the workout planning is really important. So I don't sell my packages of just virtual training separate. So if you don't have that nutrition, you're gonna fail. I'm sorry, that's just what's gonna happen. And I'll be straight up with you about it. So $200 a month for the online coaching aspect, and then you include sessions after that. So 30-minute sessions is $25 per session. I sell them in packages of 4, 8, and 12 monthly. The constant contact and accountability really, really helps with the person. So starting out, I would recommend the 2 or 3 a week just to get everything down. Hey, how's it going? Let's do a workout as well to get that factor in. So think of just like personal training models. Yes, I took it from the personal training models and added on the nutrition side.
I'm an educator, a vocational educator, workforce education, moving out to Southeast Minnesota. And I know you're new to the community, and you talked about that you were in schools and you helped with the athletic. Do you see yourself participating in a community base within the Southeast Minnesota to connect with schools and work with their athletic programs?
No. Here's why. So I'm an athlete myself, and I've trained bodybuilders, I've trained wrestlers, everything. They're all motivated, you guys. I don't want that. I want the people that need the motivation and the help. I want to find the drive in you and what your why is for why you're doing this. It could be just to follow and run around after your kids in the yard. That would be more inspirational. I love the transformation of seeing the mind and body transform, not just the physical aspect of it at all.
So once you get to your 100 clients, have you thought about scaling? Like, do you want to scale? And if you don't, that's a totally, I think, reasonable thing if you don't want to go beyond the 100. But once you get there, how do you scale? Because it sounds like your brand is around the live video. So are you interested in recorded, or do you subcontract other individuals? What are your thoughts around that?
Man, if you would have known me before this, you would know this answer. So I've been looking at scaling for a long time, but I had to get that undergrad and get all this stuff done, and it just takes time and steps. And I had a business grant when I was doing that also while doing the shows and doing my undergrad and everything. And I got approved. I talked to a lawyer one day to make sure that everything was covered, and he's like, I'm gonna give you a grant. So I've been working on the business model for scaling, and I want subcontractors from me, I want a marketer, all these different steps to just branch out. What I visualize every day of what's gonna happen. And it's just these virtual training studios, also in-house, like in Rochester, adding on personal training as well, because that would be a huge market, things like that. But I can see it's going global. Like, I have one client in India, but it's global already. So the words just gotta get out about it.
Is there any plans in the future to work with health and wellness centers to offer an option, like a more flexible option that a personal trainer would be? Right. So in the future, you are that virtual trainer that's an option for a health and wellness center to offer to their customer.
Absolutely.
On your website, it showed this is primarily for women, right? Designed for women?
Yeah, me and my website guy have fallen out. So everybody talks about a niche market, and it's like I pivoted so many times, and he just put women. I was like, that's great, but this is a huge worldly problem. I need to hit more people than just women. And actually, I work well with males, so I'm like, I'm hitting both sides.
Are you strictly one-on-one with your virtual training, or would you consider doing group training in the future, like maybe husband and wife, or maybe there's like a group of moms that wants to get together for a half an hour?
Yes, the more I expand, the more options there's definitely going to be. And when I was talking to my visualization, I think of studios, and I do think of group classes, and eventually getting people across the world, maybe working out with somebody in Rochester, for example. Like that collaboration, it's crucial.
Any other questions? All right, let's next up. Do our quick tech thing. We do have a couple minutes if you guys want to get up and re-coffee. We'll give it about a 2-minute break here, and then we'll get Brad set up with all the tech to get it going here. Started again. You know it's coming, so if you want to stay standing. Let's give a big standing ovation for Brad.
This is my Vanna White. So I'm Brad. This is Jake. This is my friend, my business partner. He's been rolling with me since day one, or we've been rolling together, I guess, with NerdinOut. Quick brief history of NerdinOut. We started about 2.5 years ago over at Hillcrest, right behind Family Video, own about 1,100 square feet. Within a year and a half, it took off. We had a ton of customers, a lot of repeat customers. We were doing a lot of great things. We offer vintage to new toys, comics, video games, collectibles, everything you could think of that would be nerdy, we have it. Our plan since day one when we started this company though was to be bigger and involve the community more. So the first thing I have to do is thank First Alliance and Greg over here for making those things happen. Within the last 2 months, we've gone from 1,100 square feet to 12,000 square feet. And the reason we did that is because we knew if our comic shop was going to get bigger, we had to bring something there that would draw in more business. So walking you folks through this is, our store is right over here to the right, where you can see Jake and I in comic form. This is to catch people's attention. We're right off 2nd Street, right by St. Mary's. So we have about 10,000 cars that come by our store every single day. In there, we've grown to 6,000 square feet. And this is what you'd see when you walk right in our front door. So you have Spidey greeting you. We have a Lego wall, all of our action figures, an area to sit on our right and left hand. You can turn it into a sofa if you want to move that together and get really comfy and watch a Marvel movie. We do have a Lego building station for station for kids. As you walk through our store, you're going to see our new section. We used to offer pre-owned comics. Now we actually have pull list and new comics there for all of our comic lovers. So we have a vast variety of comics. We're going a little bit quick here, but that's okay. We only have 6 minutes. Going forward, we actually have what we wanted to bring to the community because we had a lot of people ask for it. And this is our gaming area. So we have set up 6 gaming tables as of right now. We'll be adding 2 more. You can come in here, you can play Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, board games, whatever you'd like to do. We invite everybody to come in. We would love to bring back family game night or even friend game night. Come in, test out one of our games. We're just breaking Monopoly. Doesn't matter. Come in, let's interact again instead of doing this all online. And we're going to try to work with one of our local breweries that's going to be opening up right by us to actually have like board games and beer night. So we want to make it up a little bit more to get the adults back into this and have some fun. Next. This is new to us also. This is actually turning into a land station. So your kids can come in, you can drop them off for a couple hours, and for an amount of money they can come in and actually set up their console, as you can see right here, to one of our monitors, and you can hook up to the internet. You also could have it, if you didn't want to play online, to just come in and play video games. Eventually we'll have monitors at every station. We'll have 2 per table. And then right here, this is not beer. We don't have that yet. What we have is nitro coffee. So we're trying to introduce people to that also because we're going to have coffee and comics. So we're bringing things to the community to get everybody in there and learn a little bit more. It's not all nerdy. We don't wear glasses. We don't have pens in our pockets. So it's a lot more fun than just that. As we talked about earlier, with our store, last year we started out NerdinOut. So NerdinOut is a Comic-Con convention. Again, it's not all comics. It's everything pop culture. We have everything from attractions like the Mystery Machine, the Ecto One from Ghostbusters, anything like that. We have kids laser tag this year, video game tournaments. We have over 70-some vendors that will be there selling jewelry, t-shirts, comics, toys, you name it, they're there. Plus the cool thing is we have movie stars and TV stars. So this year, you may not know some of them, but you may know some of them. We have Ming Chen from Comic Book Men. I'm going to use this as a troll case, I'm crazy, but Monica Kina, she was from Freddy vs. Jason, Dawson's Creek, many other things. We have Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Jake the Snake Roberts, old school WWE wrestlers. I'm forgetting. Paul Blake, Femi Taylor, they're both from Star Wars. So Greedo, Paul Blake played Greedo, Femi Taylor played Ula. Many people don't recognize that name, but she was the green gal that got tossed in the raincoat pit by John David Warren. Besides that, can you cut back to the first slide? Besides that, earlier I mentioned about how we knew we'd have to bring something here to actually get more attention with our comic book stuff. This side where you see NerdinOut, you see this banner that says the Battleground. Hopefully in September, barring any complications with the city, we are opening Rochester's first tactical laser tag. So this is geared more towards adults. I couldn't bring one of the guns here today because I probably would have got arrested on my way coming from right over here to Potbelly's. If any of you have been in our store, you've seen the guns. The guns look like real guns. They feel like real guns. What it is, it's a tactical simulated version. Any of you familiar with Velocity in town? Have you played their laser tag? Raise your hand if you played their laser tag. Okay, so you have a gun and you have a vest. When you go in there, nothing against Velocity, by the way. I'm just trying to give you as an example of what we do. You go in there and you get in this room and you all saddle up. And then they say, have you done this before? Do you know what you're doing? Yep, cool. Off you go, you're running around, you're having fun, you're shooting each other. When you shoot each other, what happens is you stop, you pause, and wait another second before you probably get shot immediately again because people are hunkering down in spots waiting for it. With our laser tape, you actually have a course that can be moved or changed around at any point in time that we want. All our obstacles are movable, including our big command centers that are probably 14 by 14 wide and length. 4 grown adults could actually move it around. So anytime you came in, you could move it. Along with that, we actually have modes. So you're not going in there doing one thing. It could be free for all 1 week. It could be domination 1 week. It could be money in the bank another week. So we have so many different things you can use. We have LED grenades that you get to use with your team. You have respawn pods, so when you do get shot, you have to run back to your command center and actually reload your gun. You get 30 bullets per gun. So what that really does for you is if you're playing and you run out, you hit a button on the side, the cartridge drops about 1 inch, you slap the cartridge back up and you pull the lever back and it actually sounds like you're reloading your gun. So it is about as realistic as it gets. Now we didn't leave out the kids, so we have what's known as hero class. It's more of an Iron Man version for the kids. They can come in and wear capes and masks if they like. And our hero class is 100% mobile. So we can take it to schools for festivals, we can take it to your homes for birthday parties, or you could just rent our whole location out for team building, birthday parties, anything like that. We have a party room, 2 bathrooms, and everything all set up for you. 5,500 square feet in all. Ready to roll here, hopefully September 1st. And that's all I've got.
Questions? No one will answer that phone.
Yes, ma'am.
I love the title of your business, and I think it has lots of applications for workforce education in the educational districts, and I'll explain why. Brain development from 0 to 5, and getting the family included, and sort of migrating to that educational piece too within this, and family playing games together, not just the fighting and war stuff, but on videos, is that to maybe, but that nerd thing at Triton, they formed a nerd group within the graduating class of upper high school kids, a nerd group of high academic kids that are in sports and everything else, but they might not be the most popular, but they all group together and they're just the future of our workforce.
Yeah.
They work hard, and that nerd thing, it needs to come back, that, you don't have to be, addictions and all this other stuff. There's some real potential for learning and workforce and education and skills that come through that name.
Oh yeah, nerd is the new job. I mean, look at Tony Stark.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fictional.
But to really focus on that through games and stuff and family and stuff like that educational piece too, to really focus on that part of gathering together and getting back to games again.
So see, I'm a little nervous, so I forgot some stuff to bring up, and you brought up a really good point. When we grew, our 2 main things are our customers and our community. And in the last couple of years, every Christmas, we've actually put together Christmas bags and actually given them to families that have been nominated. So less fortunate families, we actually give them toys. And we have board games in there, everything like that, and we do that just because we have big hearts. We actually have a home school group that comes in once a month, and they use that back facility where all the tables are, and they use that for games, learning, everything like that. We have a lot of group home kids that don't have a lot of means to do things, that come in and they actually play our arcade machines that we have are free for play. So you can come in and just play some old school arcade games if you'd like off any type of system.
Or even board games too, right? You have board games and stuff like that too, to really concentrate on that group involvement, family involvement.
Absolutely. And then every year at the beginning of the year, we actually donate 8 school bags full of school supplies to schools. So what we do is we reach out, and then one school that says or we have a lot of people that nominate one school, we'll bring it to those schools and donate all those supplies.
And I want to bring into the Rochester Fest, they have, it's a huge hit, is puzzles and contest of how fast you can put puzzles together in teams. It's just a suggestion. But
Yeah, that's awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, sir.
For the beers and board games you talked about, of getting out there and getting more people into it, are you going out to the location, to the brewery, to bring that there, or are you bringing them into your
Right
location?
to our store. So the brewery that's opening up right by us actually has their selling license to bring it in. So they would do that, and then we limit it obviously because we don't want to be like Dooley's. No offense to Dooley's again, I'm just trying to use an example. But we don't want people to be swearing while they're playing board games. We want it to be fun, but also adults to come in and have that fun if you enjoy having a drink or two. One thing we may look to down the road possibly is a 3-2 wine license. So then that way, I mean, I don't want to condone it, but if you have a ladies' night for laser tag and you want to have a glass of wine before you come in and play, you can do that. So, again, you sign a waiver, so that's it.
Sir?
From the business perspective, or kind of startup into what it is now, what felt like the
ceiling, and our extra room that was gonna be for gaming was full of toys. So you barely could walk in there. You knew that was the time, we just didn't know where to go and how big we could get it. So, yeah, great question. Yes, ma'am.
Brad, in that back area where the kids can bring in their own video machine and plug it into your stuff, is it got like high-tech things that they wouldn't necessarily have at home, or it's more to have a group of people who want to play together, have a nice space to do it, or?
That's the key right there.
Do they rent?
What you just said. Yeah. So you can rent the time. You can do it for birthday parties too. I don't know if you've seen the trend lately, but the trend is where kids will have sleepovers and all the boys bring their systems and then they line the bedrooms or the living rooms up with TVs to play video games. It's the same thing when my daughter actually has girlfriends over for the night. They all have their cell phones out. They're all sitting there on TikTok or whatever it is, and they're doing live videos out in the driveway. You're like, what are you doing? Go ride a bike, right? You got these girls in the driveway doing this, and you're just like, oh my gosh. And I was embarrassing it for kids, but yeah. That is what we're going towards. Because you have a lot of kids nowadays that will sit at home, sit online, and do this, but we want to give them an area where they can actually introduce themselves to people. I just feel like we're going too techy, and we have too many online friends. We need to have more real life friends, and that's what we want to bring back to this community. Our thing is, if you guys really go back and think about it, like, I'm sure not everybody went to Toys R Us, sure, but Dayton's, I don't know. If you think about it, a store that you used to go to as a kid, that you loved it, and you remember that feeling of going there with your family. This is what we want to bring back. We want 10 years from now, these kids will be 20, and they'll be like, oh my God, I remember NerdinOut, that was the coolest place to go to. I had the most fun. Because nowadays, all you have are Targets and Walmarts that you go there to grab a toy or grab your groceries and you leave. We want a place where you can come for hours and have a blast and not have to worry about spending $100 to do it. This is what it comes down to.
Are you going to have like, just an idea, but like corners or weeks or something where you concentrate on certain things like Legos and Connects, or and have contests and like puzzles, and I mean you can do different things and have different months or something
Yep,
to
so
really concentrate on
again, we just opened
creativity
2 months
and
ago.
innovation.
Yep, we just opened up 2 months ago. August we will have, besides the Comic-Con, right after the Comic-Con, if we have any Star Wars fans in here, we had a gentleman reach out to us, and he'll be in the weekend after the Comic-Con, and he is the gentleman that actually designed the Millennium Falcon, the Death Star, all the vehicles. So he's going to be in our store actually signing autographs, and there'll be a video playing of how it got all into it, and he was like one of the first people to meet George Lucas. The end of August, we're going to have a Smash Brothers tournament in our store, and then in September, we'll have our first Lego building class. So we're going to have a beginner's Lego building class. You can get tickets on Eventbrite right now. We only have 14 spots open as of right now because we didn't know how big it would be this first time. We'll have another video game tournament. So we're always going to have a video game tournament, a building tournament of some sort, and then a class.
Really
So
push that innovations, creativity with STEM to STEAM moving forward. Thank you.
Exactly. Yep. Yes, sir.
So I'm just gonna volunteer myself for you guys if you
You want to work for us for free? Absolutely.
No, for video game tournaments, it made me think like if you want to bring adults. I helped build the Raspberry Pi based arcade system for Little Thistle. So if you guys want to do like some old school SNES, NES for the adults to bring back the nostalgia factor, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
I'd be in for it.
Yeah, thank you. Sir.
I was driving by and it does have great curb appeal for those that might.
Except for the red roof.
Yep.
Is that where you're going? Yeah. It's going to get painted black next
Being a
month.
Husker fan, that stands out. But like being a thoroughfare like that, what is the best place to park?
That's an awesome question. So this road here, you actually stop at, if you're familiar with the area, you have, this is great 3D. So you have Sergeants on Second right here, and then you have like Dental American Family right here, and then as some of you may know, you have Central Park right here. So what you do is, the easiest way is you come right here, you go in the turn lane, and you literally cut back and come to our parking lot. We have it with a couple of businesses next to us on the weekends that we can have our customers park by them just for that aspect. So like where American Family is, there's also a place that's open for lease. So you can literally just turn there and go in that parking lot if you wanted to. It's like 12 steps to our store. This is what it is. Yeah, thanks for that question because that is an annoyance. So, and by the way, that reminds me of Pizza Hut. That's why it's getting painted. All the Pizza Hut buildings.
Oh yeah.
And people think it's retro. I just don't think it's retro. I think it doesn't go with any of our color schemes.
I think you should get painting all across that one wall up there, like
Yeah.
creative painting, like.
So we don't own the building, so we'll hold off on that.
Okay.
That's our next goal, is to own the building. Any other questions about future expansion or what our plans for, or I'll just throw some out there for you guys, go ahead and take them if you want. Good. Alright, thank you guys. Distribute the literature out there to people. Oh, apparently our printer needs some work. Alright, well the good news is we have 15 minutes to do some networking. So thank you all for coming out. We will see you next month. We're hoping to maybe rethink a little bit, look back on the last couple of years of how we've done this and think about improving it. So look forward to some cool new things in the next few months. Thank you.